It's my opinion. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's my opinion. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's mine, but
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Here, as you already know, Brian, Lorenzo, Greg, and today we have a special guest, a legend, somebody that you probably heard of before, somebody that you heard his music before. But if you haven't seen him or you already don't know who it is, well, we got him here. Kevin, the Elevator Saunderson. Did I got that right? The Elevator?
You got it right.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
Where does that nickname come from?
Well, I'm at the beginning of the creation of techno. I'm one of the pioneers. There's three of us out of Detroit that pioneered this musical revolution back in the early 80s, leading into the 90s. All right. So Juan Atkins was the first. He is the originator. He had the original concept. Derek May was the innovator. He would just inspire people, get involved with new technology. Me, I took it to another level. So they always called me the elevator by having success with big hits. It wasn't just
So
all
you
about
exposed it to
music.
the world.
Exactly.
That's
But
why-
but at a higher level than my peers at the time. So it gave notoriety to the world about Detroit and the music that was created here.
So you would say you were the elevator and the creator.
Definitely both.
Okay.
But we all were the creators in a sense. So that's why my role in it, I took it to the next level, the highest level of notoriety.
So I would call that founder, one person, and then creator, the next person. I think the creator is keeping things happening over and over and over again, making music better.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people, in my opinion, find stuff, but they don't know how to utilize it. And I think you guys found it, and you showed the world how to utilize it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
It wasn't done until we did it. And,
Yeah,
and once
yeah.
it was done, it was copycat all over the world.
for sure. And that's probably what's making it so big right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
fact that there's a lot of copycats. Without the copycats, let's be real. EDM, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
EDM.
Overall, that's what it's called.
And when I was growing up, it was called techno. When I was in my 20s, techno.
Right.
And they call it Techno Fest. Now it's the EDM.
It's movement now.
It's the movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people still call it Techno Fest, but it's called the movement.
Just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say something.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Before your ass got involved downtown, this shit used to be free. Just thought I'd point that out.
Well, he elevated to make money
Okay,
out of it.
all I'm saying, it used to be free to
Hey.
walk downtown in Hart Plaza.
It was, and that was a beautiful thing, but it couldn't sustain itself.
So why did you
Everybody
make
couldn't
it?
work for free? Do you work for free? Do you work for free?
Well, all I'm saying is shit used to be free.
That's because the city used to pay the people, the suppliers, and the DJs, and they stopped. The city said, "Okay, we're not going to pay no more." So what else do? We try to get sponsorship. If we got some, if we couldn't get enough, all of a sudden people complain because we can't afford to pay them for doing the job. So what was the next best thing? We had to charge. Now, when I charged with the first year, you know how much I charged? $10. $10 and $15 for the week.
That's what you used to charge
For the whole
before?
weekend?
That's what I charged with the first. If you look at the
That's a
first
damn
price,
steal.
that's
Wait,
what I
compared
charged.
to now.
Somebody,
Right.
somebody please ask what they charge now. Please, somebody please ask.
It's up there.
I don't
No,
even wanna know.
please ask what they
I
charge
don't
now.
even want to know because I know it's crazy.
Well,
Somebody
Ron,
please
like,
ask.
what?
Please ask him the
Sure, it's
question.
$300 for the weekend. It's $300 or $400.
Yeah, but somebody from your level, like
Oh, you-
already like experienced and
Oh,
you know.
mean
how much-
established?
You mean how
You
much we
charge.
get paid?
No, how much you charge like normally for a regular weekend? If I call you, which is what he means, like call you, hey, I got a party with the group, like
You mean as a DJ?
yeah. as a
Well,
DJ.
everybody's different. Depends on how many people you can pull. Some people get 5,000, some people get 50,000, some people get 100,000, some people get.
That's what he wanted
I'm
to
all
know.
over the place.
That's what he wanted to know.
That's why the hell you driving around in the Lucid.
Oh, that's-
Because you
hey,
overcharge people
hey.
for that damn music you play.
Don't even try. That ain't overcharge. If some look at the Tigers. Look at think of pro baseball and football, pro sport. They charge. The Lions now are charging next year more money Why? Because they paying out more money and to these athletes, but they making a ton of money. So somebody making the money. I'm not the promoter now. I'm just I'm just the talent.
All I'm saying is, tell me where I go wrong. Pre Kevin Saunderson, downtown at the Techno Fest, now called something else, the Movement.
Right.
It was free.
Yes
or no?
Yes, it was.
Now, to go downtown in Hart Plaza during this weekend is $300 and more.
It is if you want to go every day and stay there all and see 100 different acts. But hey, how much it costs to see Beyonce to see one?
All I'm saying is,
that's a valid point.
All I'm saying is, this is what people are talking about. When black people move in, there goes the neighborhood.
Not at all. Not at all.
There goes the neighborhood. Hey, listen. Just in case you guys don't know, I told someone the other day. I said that my dad is passed away. I have two people that I know that's very respectable black men that I know. And two of the most respected black men I know is a guy named Doc Ben and a guy named Kevin Saunderson. We are friends. I train him. He is so I will crack on him and his music.
Of course.
Because I can't stand his damn music.
He don't even know it all. He just
Okay, he tells me I don't know it all.
He don't know everything.
Okay. Good life.
Yeah, you might know that one.
So I know that song.
If you like
I know that song.
You like my music.
I know that song. So
you like my music.
Okay then, what I'm trying to say is, then you took a dip somewhere, damn it. Because that song was good. I thought it was a national anthem of damn Detroit when I first moved here.
Should have been.
I moved here in 90.
It was there.
And it was everywhere. So yes, we're friends. We all train together. We all train in the same building. So I can make these jokes. Now, don't let me hear you making jokes about him because that could be offensive because that's family. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. So before we continue though, by the way, don't forget, follow, share, subscribe, like, subscribe, just like I said last time. Now, something else I want to know though. You guys used to be called the Belleville Tree. What was it, right? Did I got it right?
Yep, that's true.
Where did it all started? Like, who started it? Like, who got together with who?
Okay, so Belleville, Juan Atkins was from Detroit. Derek was from Detroit. They moved from elementary. Their parents decided to move them to Belleville. I was from Brooklyn. I moved to Inkster, and then I ended up moving to Belleville. We went to high school, junior high together. Okay. So the reason they call us the Belleville Three because we went to junior high together, and then we went to Belleville together. And it's the beginnings of the music started in Belleville, as far as Juan releasing the first techno record ever, a group called Cybertron. So the press attached that name to us. We didn't create the name. It was just because we were having success in Europe, and it all of a sudden became the name, the Belleville Three.
Okay. Now I'm curious about something because I didn't look this one up. Juan Latino?
No, not at all. He's a brother from the east side of Detroit.
Yeah, straight brother too.
When I'm looking at the name, I say, hey, Juan. Who decided to put Juan to some? Is he from like Latin? But I forgot to like check it out.
Now I have a question though. Seriously, it's a record. Everybody knows I don't like you techno. EDM, whatever you guys call it. I don't like it.
He don't know what you're
wait, let me finish.
You ain't heard it all.
Let me finish.
You still ain't heard it all.
Oh, gee. Okay. Can they let me finish?
Music
let
out
me
there.
finish.
Okay.
Let me finish this.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Everybody knows I don't like it. So I have to know when this first popped out, how in the hell did three black people get together and thought this was a good idea? Like, did you guys have any music, background? Like, did you go to school for music? Did you? Because I do know this.
I have a follow for that.
Putting techno music together is a lot of complicated beats and a lot of beats that have to go together and some that don't go together. And so, how did you guys come up with this type of music? Like, where did it come from?
All right, so the simplest way for me to explain it is, so Juan did have some school training, but it didn't affect me. I didn't even know I was gonna make music, but I liked music. I was from New York. I used to listen to Kiss out there, WBLS, whatever. So I just had a niche for music, and I gravitated towards disco a lot, even though I was around Motown, my mother, all the everything, Earth, Wind and Fire, Prince. So I heard everything, Parliament Funkadelic. But technology, like they started creating drum machines and synthesizers, right? Before, I mean, maybe 2 or 3, 4 years before we started, but artists were using it, like George Clinton. You hear all those synth sounds. It sounded different than a normal keyboardist, right? Okay, but it was really played by musicians who knew how to play. Okay, so I didn't grow up learning how to play. So I started messing around with the drum machine as a hobby and just making beats, just listening. Okay, so 4 on the floor makes you dance easy. So I started out just 4 on the floor, so you can 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just that simple to follow the beat. And I kept experimenting around with adding parts to it, right? But at the same time, I was a DJ. So there was music out like Madonna, Prince, disco records. And we was playing all these records, but it was complicated really to play all that music and feel like you had music that could really make people dance. So what we did is use that technology to create a new form of dance music that minimized it. So we didn't have to have all the skill as a normal musician. So once I had drums down, then I started working on bass line. Now, I couldn't play like continuously, but I could play enough notes to get my point out, right? And the technology could remember it. So imagine if you can play anything 1 time or 2 times, it will correct it, even if you can't play it and your timing's not right. But if you know the technology, you can correct it, just like editing video, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can correct it and then arrange different parts. So some of our music just had bass lines and drums. That was it. It was raw, but you could DJ it very well, very easily, and it gravitated towards people. We didn't even know what we had. So that's kind of the beginnings of all that.
Wow.
Yeah, now I do got a follow up question though, regarding because he wrote it off, so I remember something. Was there electronic music before that, and that's how you guys started to get the ideas and then bring like the technology together and then make all this mix?
Well, there was electronic music, but it wasn't meant. It was played by real musicians. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like Kraftwerk, for instance, they were very futuristic. It was dance music at the time, but it was nothing like DJ-driven dance music. They didn't identify with a new form of music called techno. They identified with making music with electronic tools.
Okay.
So it was a little different. I mean, we took it to a whole different level where the DJ now is the producer, where before the DJ just played records that were produced by artists. Now we become the artist, the DJ. So we control everything that we could put out. I put out like 20, 30 records in a year one time in the beginning because I was so excited. And I also have
it's something new. So
No, you were so young.
of course, I didn't have no
You had energy.
I didn't have
that
nothing.
also, that also.
I didn't even need to sleep.
That's my point.
Sleep 2 hours, I'm back up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Now that I have you here, though, I got a question because I know even in the internet, if you go in the internet, they don't have these answers, so you might have it.
Yep.
They were saying like there are also some people doing that on Europe, but nobody knows like who started it first and who heard from who. You got the answer for that?
Who was doing it in Europe? Doing what?
No freaking idea. Nobody got the answer for that.
But
like the
I'm trying to understand.
I think it was
No.
like
There was
electronic.
nobody
music,
doing
but
techno
they-
before
Okay,
us.
there you
Nobody.
go.
It started here in Detroit. We started the
Okay,
shit.
there you go. If you were like me,
Detroit.
That's right.
if you were like me trying to find the actual answer for this, there you go. It is started in Detroit and no Europe. So get the fuck out of here.
And
trying to
everyone
get the
else
credit.
is called copycats.
That's right.
Yeah, they were also, if you go to the internet, there were also some saying that somebody was copycat somebody. So I want to take advantage that I had him here. I was like, nah, let's go
I
and
know.
find this shit.
I was there. I was
okay.
I was all around it as
And
we
you
were
got it,
developing.
and now that we're in the 2024, now it's recorded. Now you can see it. So, because I guess when this information came out, nobody was able to like record nothing, like
No, of
these
course not.
interviews.
I
No, you know,
mean, it was documented, but when you think about it, you got
oh, you guys
black
newspapers.
these young black kids from Detroit or young men, people trying to figure out how did they make this music, and then when they figured out how to copy us, the press didn't want to give the credit necessary to blacks from Detroit creating this music that
Yeah,
basically the
coming
whole
with this
world
idea.
was taken off of it. So they started creating stories around other artists, white artists, European artists, of them creating this music, and that's how the story sometimes gets mixed up. But it's documented. It's in the history. It's in the museum. They can't take that away from us. If you go to African Museum in D.C., I'm in there. The Bellevue 3 is in there. So, and then Detroit, we're in there. Handprints. It has a whole history of music.
Now, so I was like a manuscript within the Black Mon history, right?
Yep.
So did it start at the late 70s or
The first record came out by Juan Atkins Cybertron, 1981, I believe.
Okay. Now,
So we were still in high school because I graduated in 82.
What was the song?
It was an album called Cybertron. So the whole album came out. I'm
All
not sure what
techno?
the title. Well, it was that was the beginning. It was all techno.
Probably why I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Oh, you heard it. You heard it.
he just don't want to recognize it.
Missy Elliott takes one of his songs and it's played everywhere still to this day. She sampled one of Juan's songs, and it's I mean, they did it eventually. He got paid for it.
I'm a Missy Elliott fan. I'm a Missy Elliott fan.
So you know.
Okay. I want to know what song you're talking about later.
I'm gonna find
I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
I'm a Missy Elliott fan. I love that.
Yeah.
Ooh, you.
Yeah.
I love my Missy Elliott.
All right.
Now I do got another question. Well, I got a lot of questions, but like, how hard back in the days we are pretty aware that there were still a lot of racism back then. Yeah. How hard was it for this black group come out there with something new and for people to accept it?
Well, I think the thing about music, at least in the beginning, I can say this: there was no faith at first when we was making it. So by the time we got all this music out, we put it on all different record companies, being distributed here and sent overseas. They don't know. They just shocked at the sound. They don't know us blacks. And overseas, I would say it's the racism is nothing like that it was in America or in our country here. It was totally different. They didn't really care as far as the general public, should I say. I ain't talking about the government and the kings and all that shit, the queens. Yeah. I'm talking about normal people, respected. They didn't care about your color. You know, you go to England. Actually, when I first started going to England and playing and performing, it was still 95% white because, you know, the majority came to all the gigs.
So in other words, you're saying your own country is the one that it was basically more difficult for people to accept.
Definitely, because we got success over there.
Yes, because people over there only cared about what you were delivering,
just
not what you look like.
Exactly.
Hey, America, I want you to listen to this. You make it more difficult for your own people to succeed than other countries make it for us to succeed.
Yeah. That's why we
just
went
saying. I'm just saying.
That's why I wanted to know, because, you know, I was like, okay, if I put it together with the history, I was like, well, you know, there's a group of black folks doing all this, like, and we already know through history, like, how the racism has been. I wanted to know that part, because especially because even Black History Month, I want people to like see, okay, you know what? This is not, they're not talking shit. There's somebody that actually experienced it and can tell you how to get through with this.
Right. I mean, it definitely was a battle. Thank goodness for Europe. And even when we started having our success, it took a while to get some notoriety here in the state. And all the promoters who booked talent all around the U.S., they were booking Europeans. They weren't booking us.
I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
During the height of techno music, people started using certain things. It was dances coming out to the techno music. How in the hell did you guys not get like a smidget of what they were doing with the glow sticks back in the day? Because if it wasn't for techno music, glow sticks would not have been popular. Because I used to pretend I know what I was doing.
You're just
Hey,
moving the
hey.
sticks.
I was good. I was good,
That's all it
guys.
is,
I was
ain't it?
good. But because of techno music, people started buying glow sticks for their mouth, glow sticks for their hands, glow sticks for their wrists.
It became a rave culture.
Yes.
basically.
And so how come you guys weren't able to tap into that market?
Yeah, because we thinking about making music and putting on a good show.
And you didn't think
else
about
is
that back
thinking
then.
about another part of it.
Yeah.
So when you look at our music, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry that we created, right? It different parts to the puzzle that make it all come together, and financially, you can't control everything. You know what I mean? So that's
So basically, in other words, if you'd have known then what you know now, your group, your agents would have tried to tap into that market.
we might have thought about that if we knew, like,
Because
extra revenue
Yeah,
that you can control. We would say, like, we control this at this venue. We can only sell it, and we give the promoter this, we take this. But
yeah, I get it.
a lot of moving parts, stuff moving fast, and
Yeah.
first of all, you
And
don't
you're
even
focused
believe.
and you're just focused on the music.
Right.
You're not focused on anything coming around the music.
Right.
But because there's no way that techno music didn't boost the sale of glow sticks.
Yeah.
Your whole entire party had glow sticks,
Yeah, eventually.
and
Yeah.
people were buying
At
it
one point,
just
should I
for
say.
and people were buying it just for the techno party.
Well, think about this. Like when COVID came in, nobody thought that paper towel was going to be gone and, and the toilet paper was going to be gone. And all of those weren't just gone. Like you couldn't find it nowhere.
Well, I think you
So-
should tap in on the weed market too, because you got to be high to listen to your shit.
No.
Tap into the weed market and some of them shrooms, because
Nah, but
Hey, I'm sure people
but
did.
in these days,
Not when I made music. I
Right,
was straight up. I never.
no, not you,
Oh, okay.
but your
Oh, I see
crowd.
what
the
you're
people,
saying.
the people, yeah.
Because I'm telling you, when they know it's a festival like that,
Mm.
people are high.
But in these
People are
days,
high.
people get
People are
high
high.
for no
people on
reason.
shroom, people on something. They just
Right.
just too in the flow.
Yeah.
There's no way. Now, because I will go to my first one this year. Thanks to him.
Right.
I will go. And I've never smoked a joint a day in my life.
And you still don't have to.
But I
I feel
swear,
like you have to.
swear to
Yeah,
God.
hold on,
But I feel like,
He sounds like he wants
but I
right
feel
now,
like,
right?
I feel like,
He held on to
I feel like I need to be high to go to this.
No, you don't. You don't need to be.
That's the
high.
vibe you
Wait,
get.
remember what the show is called? Just My Opinion.
If you drink, take a sip.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know.
I'm be like, Kev,
But
I Kev, you know I love you, man,
yeah.
but
I'll tell you a story.
yeah.
I'll tell you a story though. When I first went to Europe and played, I played this big event. It was like big. So the executives, like record company executives, the top guys and the team, they all is at this party, right? And they older. I'm 24, 25, they 45. You know, they doing well in their career and they in
Yeah.
control, right? So they come to the party. So I was shocked. I was like, wow, they come to the party, gray hair and all that. They partying, right? I come to realize everybody in the venue is on ecstasy. I'm talking about the people older than me. I was shocked. And they just dancing and having a great time.
You're like, damn, they got a lot of energy.
So, that shocked me, to be
Yeah.
honest. I was like, wow.
Shouldn't you get a part of that? I mean, you're the reason why ecstasy was selling so
It was
great.
really,
That percentage of it,
crazy,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest. I was blown away by that,
So it might not be called EDM in the next 10 years. It could be called ecstasy.
I don't know how they do it now. Because when I
or
did my
high
thing.
level.
Yes,
It's
yes.
crazy now.
But you look at all music at every level, going back in the 60s.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's everybody had the experience with some form of
Yes.
drug, should I say,
Absolutely.
connected to the music, especially rock and roll. Can you imagine?
Mm.
So,
And my opinion is techno music may make you try ecstasy or weed. Rap music make you pick up a gun.
yeah.
So-
yeah.
so-
I'd rather
so-
do techno music, I think.
So I think I could like techno music more than I like rap.
Well, you don't see, if you look overall, first off, we ain't had no fights or nothing. In all these years, no breakouts, knock on wood, that it's never been an incident like that.
Mike Tyson said, people do not get in fights on weed. people get in fights on alcohol.
Yeah, I agree with that
alcohol.
too. I agree
Yeah,
with
when
that
you
too.
mix them, yeah.
Techno people, they don't do alcohol. They do what they do.
Right.
They hit their weed, they hit their ecstasy. They want shit to make them fly. You can't fight when you're
They want
flying.
to feel high. They
You
want to feel
can't fight
high.
when you
Like I'm going
fly.
high. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? You get in a fight when you fly. You know what happens? They
You got to be a
ban
different
you.
person too, though. I think techno music, you come in there to dance. Rap music, you ain't
You
Some
come in
people
there.
it ain't that many people coming in there.
already,
to
looking
dance.
for
already.
You're going for
Already.
So if you comfortable dancing, you already ain't on no bull crap.
Right. Yeah, you hear rap music. Rap music make you feel like my chest is bigger than your chest.
Mhm.
You know?
Right.
And
It's cool to sit on the wall.
And techno music, I do feel like, what the hell's there to fight over? In techno music.
Yeah, you don't get that.
You go
You're
to
just
fight.
enjoying. You're just having a good time.
You go to get
About uplifting, bringing
yeah,
people
you
together.
go
Yeah.
You're
get in
gonna
the,
see.
think
Finally.
about
It's
it.
a boom.
You go to get in the fight in the techno music and one of them beats hit you and you just you know, you're like, oh yeah, you good, bro. You good. You get what I'm saying?
They gonna hit you and pass away.
Yeah. You start just
Well, we purposely went away from rap. We could have easily made.
I understand,
and
but everybody was trying it.
We didn't want to take that route. We
They didn't want us
to
at the same.
universal, positive
Okay.
route.
What kind of risk do you guys think you were taking though when rap was so big coming up in the 80s, in the early 90s? Rap was like taking over music.
Yeah, rap was huge.
And not only that, in the mid 80s, mid 90s, that's where music wasn't no longer called black music, white music. It was just called music because of New Edition, New Kids on the Block.
Right.
What was the other group? Beastie Boys.
MC Hammer.
Yeah, the group.
MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice. All these guys, everybody was listening to everyone's music at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you came up with this music that was different. That wasn't rap.
Right.
It wasn't rock. It wasn't
pop.
Yeah, it wasn't pop. It was just music. It was just a bunch of music, bunch of beats. And what made you guys take the risk of trying to go against what everybody else was doing?
Because I think we were futurists. I feel like I'm still a futurist. I think forward thinking and didn't want to be like everybody else. So I took whatever skills that I had, worked at it, and just believed in it, and was fortunate and blessed enough to go out there like it did and gravitate to England to around the world.
Now, how do you guys? Because you guys were young when this became really popular, right?
Yep.
So how do you guys manage to do that? Because not every young kid know how to handle fame or something being a hit.
Yeah.
Right there. So how you guys handle that?
It was moving so fast. I don't even think I had time to think about it for 10 years until it slowed down a
Keep
little.
working.
Like for me, it was different. Like Derek and Juan, we all was having our success, underground success. You got underground success and you got commercial success. I went from having a bunch of underground hits to commercial hits too. So my first album sold 5 million records, right? And
Ooh, 5
Big
millions.
Fun and Good Life was on those, right?
Good life,
So-
good life, good
so,
life, good
All
life.
right, we got to sing
Let
it.
me take
I
you
know, we
to
gotta
the
sing it.
place
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
you won't
So-
go. It's
so-
a good life. Oh, I'm
my
good.
goodness,
I'm good.
oh
I'm
my
good.
We gonna have to close the episode with
Let me cover up
that.
my ear. But so I was it was weird. I was doing concerts, right? I was doing concerts, sold out venues. Inner City was my main group at the time. That's the group who I had all these hits with. And I was doing TV shows with Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. We was on the same show. I was like, I couldn't believe it. It's just like, this can't be real. I did a concert one and I walked out into the foyer area, or I didn't realize I was walking to the crowd. And all these women just grabbed me. That's scary. That's scary. So
Women are scary, buddy.
I
Women
know.
are scary.
Well, we
they
were talking
screamed
about it.
like we were the Beatles or something.
Yeah,
What the hell? So we leave the concert, going to our hotel. I see at least 100 girls running after the bus, screaming. We get to the hotel. There's a ton of women in front of the hotel, but security already know because they know how it works. They ain't let nobody in unless you already on the room.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm always stay humble. Even though I'm always confident in what I do. So I didn't let none of that phase me. I stayed the same person. When people I talk to today say you the same person you was back then. So
Mhm.
I didn't let none of that. You just had to manage your time different. I didn't have time to hang out with my boys like I used to.
Right.
You know, it had nothing to do against them. It had to be take care of business. And I was in you know, when you get in that cycle, you got to go, go, go. So I just did what I needed to do.
Yeah, no, and I can testify to that. That like your humbleness and you keeping feet on earth and everything. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't realize that it's like the Kevin Saunders is like, wait, we talking about the same Kevin here? Like, wait, you talking about Kevin? And it's like, yeah, the one we train here with. I was like, yeah. So that's how I figured out. I was like, oh, he's the one that started the techno whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so a definitely big part of like making sure that you don't go out of control when you get popular like that.
Oh yeah, when I first met him, it was like he was like, "No, I do music. I'm a DJ." That was it. That was it.
I said, I don't.
And then like weeks and weeks later, then I found out that I talked to him more. We got like better friends. And then he told me, no, he said, no, I DJ all over the world. I'm like, DJ all over the what? All over the world. He said he was telling me he was going. I think it was Spain when we first met. He was heading out to Spain, and I was like, out to Spain?
What
Are you kidding me? And then I think he came back, and it didn't hit me until I think he was going to India.
Might have been
India.
Yep, been there.
And then did you go to India like in the last 3 years, 4 years?
Right before the pandemic.
Yep.
Yep.
That was India then.
Mm-hmm.
And then he showed me some pictures from India because I hate his music. But he showed me some pictures, seeing how many people love his music, and I'm like, who the f is this Kevin Saunderson?
Right.
And then when he came back, I grilled his ass. I tried to find out everything I could, and he was humble about how he was saying who he was, And then I was like, unbelievable. Then I had to go and look it up. So since I'm so computer illiterate, I just turned my kids on it. Daddy, you know him? Yeah. He's like that. He's like this big ugly guy that I trained down the title. And they were like, Daddy, you know him? And then it was just all snowballed from then. And never once did he walked into the building saying, hey, treat me any different. I'm Kevin Saunderson. I mean, he probably knew he wasn't gonna get it anyway. But
didn't even try. Like,
never once did he try. Never once he was like, okay, I'm Kevin Saunderson. I should get it this way. I should get it. Why aren't you doing this way? Never once.
Mm.
So that's when I know that you're humbled by all your grace. I mean, you've been blessed, and you carry it, bro, with the utmost respect to everyone. And I think that's why you're continually going on in your 60s, and people love you because of the fact that you don't make people feel like they have to bow down to you.
Yeah.
You in my opinion, you make people feel like you can be as good as me, but I'm not gonna let you be better. But you can be as good as me.
Right about that.
We can shake hands, and you can call yourself a man. I call myself a man. I'm not saying I'm a better man. I'm saying I'm a good man, and you can be a good man too. And that's why I think you and I over the years have become closer, because of the fact that we didn't make each other have to bow down to each other. Yes, I'm good at what I do, and you're great at what you do. If I had the kind of career you had, I probably wouldn't be sitting next to you three asses right now. But so me saying if I had the kind of career that you've had, I might not be sitting beside you three right now. Thank you for sitting beside us three right now, because we really appreciate it, because we know the career you've had. We know the career you're having, and you still took time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us. Yep. And we appreciate it, man. We really do.
It's definitely 100%.
All good.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions, you guys?
I do got more questions, yeah.
I know you do.
I know. Trying to keep it like super long.
We're making good time.
Well, he's a busy man.
It's not
like I got him here every day.
It's not every day. It's not like we see you as much as I see you.
Right. Yeah. So I gotta take advantage. Now, out of this whole craziness with DJs and stuff like that, not like more personal level, like what is some things that you will take from what you've been doing? And I'll give you an example. like for example, traveling a lot. I know you travel a lot,
Mhm.
and sometimes we talk about it. We're talking about it funny. Sometimes, like if you got a partner, you got a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, it does bring issues with it.
Mhm.
Is that something you will take away if you were able to do it, or no?
Take away the part of having issues.
Yeah, like the traveling part. If you were able to
Oh.
have that success just here in US, not traveling so much.
Yeah, I mean, U.S. has become better of a market, but that's what it was in the beginning. That's what it was when I met my first wife, when I met my second wife. So that's just been a part of a career. Like for me, it's a little more complicated because if you marry someone, my wife, neither one of my wives were from America. They both were from Europe. So when you pull them over here, guess what? I'm still traveling. They're still here. Where's their family?
Yeah.
Over there. So it can cause some complications. I mean, the easiest solution, if I was to give somebody advice, if they just starting out and they having some success and they got somebody they love, travel with your partner before you have kids, so you can experience a lot together on the road, so they get an understanding what you like and what you like on and that way, things might work smoother, because it does take up a lot of time traveling. If you're more popular, I mean, yeah, I could be gone for 6 months if I want. I try to not to be gone longer than 3 weeks most of the time. I try to go stick to 10 days. I've changed some things compared to before. But in the beginning, you had a success, then maybe it slows down, but then you're still popular enough where people want you, but you can't always you're not always gonna get the big ticket. You can't always get 20 grand to go do a gig. You might have to take 4 grand or 5 grand, whatever. It adds up, right? So, that comes with the territory. But I wouldn't change it. I would just adjust how I did it. Maybe I
Balance
would,
it out.
yeah. Maybe if when I first had kids, I'm writing a book. So in my book, what I said is in my book is what I should have done. What we should have done is we should have had a nanny took our kids on the road then maybe that will limit some of that possibility. But then you never know. I took my first wife, on the road with me, and she, I had a manager that she hadn't met. It was a woman.
That's how you ended up with 3 kids. Taking her on the road with you.
No, I had them before.
If you'd have left her, you'd have ended up with 2 kids.
but look. So she got jealous of my manager, at my agent at the time, who was a woman. But she hadn't met her yet, so I was going to introduce her. So she was like, "Well, who's that? And why is she on the road with her?" Well, she's networking with people. This is what they do.
What they do, yeah.
We don't have interest in each other, but that's just part of the business. So sometimes people mind it tells them something different than really what's going on, so it can complicate.
My question is, didn't you say you met them
In Europe.
working?
I met both of my ex-wives
Working.
Met one in the studio. She was singing. She was doing some guide vocals. And I met the other one at a festival.
But you were working.
Yep.
You were a DJ.
Yep.
They knew what they were getting into.
Well,
They did not meet you in the United States.
Nope.
They met you on the road.
Yep.
And then once you married them,
Right.
then that's when the complications started.
No, I wouldn't say it took years for my complications to start. It wasn't right away. I had both my marriages were pretty good. It was just at the tail end.
Yeah.
And sometimes then you realize like, hey, they don't have nobody. They have my family, but that ain't really their family. So it's a little tough. But I was sure I wouldn't marry an American woman either. So
Right.
So I wouldn't change it though. I wouldn't change what I've done.
And to your question, Brian, it's like this. When you ask if he could do everything he do and make the same kind of money he makes in the United States, would he leave the country? Only thing I'm going to say to that is this, and it's just my opinion, is the fact that why should he neglect the other countries who want to see him, neglect them of that pleasure, that joy because of home? Not saying the people who he's involved with, friends, family, or whatever, they didn't know what they were getting themselves into when they met him.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew what I was getting myself in when I met them.
You see what I'm saying?
You
don't know. You got to go through it.
Right. He was who he was when he met him. Nothing changed.
No, it didn't change.
So he shouldn't, I don't think he should neglect the rest of the world because of who he is. Now, if he started this business after he got married and they didn't know what was involved, I
It's a
understand.
different, yeah.
I understand.
Now the
But
question,
if you're in this, if you knew who you married, why change it?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
change it.
Now
Don't
the-
change the rules in the middle of the game.
the question also comes up because there are also some people that are not able to handle all the pressure. Like, for example, when he became that popular, there will be some people that mentally will not be able to handle traveling. I would say I would just
Yeah.
stay here, just in my area, just
Right.
local. I know
Yeah.
I know some DJs in Puerto Rico.
Some people won't
they
fly
just-
like that.
Yeah,
Some
they just
people-
stay there for.
Even
They
Aretha
can handle
Franklin
it.
wouldn't. She wouldn't fly. She had to take.
Right,
When she went to
right.
Europe, I think
Yep,
she took
yep.
one of those ships. Took her probably 2 weeks to get there.
That was my
But
girl.
She wouldn't fly.
She would not fly.
Mm-mm.
They're like,
She would not fly.
Oh,
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. The football guy, man, he didn't fly.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
why he
yeah.
had that
Man
bus,
at the bus. Man at the bus.
You're right.
Interesting.
He stopped flying the day that the DJ, Big Bopper, the big Bopper and Frankie Valley, I think they died on a plane crash. The two, I think that's like quote me as being right, but I think it was a Big Bopper or whatever died in a plane crash. And he quit flying that day, never flew again. Yeah, was it Frankie Valley and tall white guy guitar player?
You got me. What time was that?
Ba-
That's
ba-
before
was
I
it Holly?
He
born.
was a baby.
Holly.
Before
Holly.
Bobby.
Let me tell you.
Holly,
Who?
the Bob Holly.
I don't remember myself.
Yeah. But I think it was a DJ and a big famous DJ. I think it was a Big Bopper they called him, and another DJ and a singer, Valley and Buddy Holly. I think they died on a plane crash,
Well,
And- and then he never flew
think
again.
about this. Between the 60s and the 90s, there were a lot of plane crashes with a lot of famous people,
Mhm.
including Roberto Clemente from Puerto Rico. So
Right.
just flying to help some
Yeah,
people and just
yeah.
crash. The plane
Right.
just crashed. So that's just scary. I was like,
Yeah,
in this era, I am
Kane,
flying in this
the-
era. Yeah.
the golfer. That's how he died.
It was, yeah, there were so many
Yeah.
plane crashes happening. So
I just think it. Hey, you hope that it never happens, and you don't really think about it much.
Shit, I do.
You know, I mean, sometimes you get. I had a bad turbulence once with the wing, where the plane was trying to land. It was real windy, and the wing almost hit the ground. But when it hit the ground,
Hell
he
no.
caught
I
it.
feel like
just-
we wouldn't
That's
even
my
feel
most
the plane
scary
crash.
flying.
It's probably the least scary,
you know,
least
I have
scary
been-
at all of them.
Yeah,
I have been. I
I'm
flew
good.
from Arizona to Detroit here like a
Right.
couple years ago, and
Right.
one of the turbines or whatever the hell it like went off.
Right.
Hell no, I don't wish that to
Mm.
nobody.
He
I don't
said,
wish that to nobody.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm soon I'm gonna fly to Puerto Rico, and
Right.
that's still in my mind. I was like, oh
That's
my
the easy
god,
trip.
no.
Hey,
Right.
hey, man.
Hell no, it's even longer than Arizona to Detroit.
Yeah. Comes with the territory. And the
I
distance
know,
I'm in.
yeah, it's like
You
it's
know.
there. So
I got a question for you because I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably wouldn't do the same thing. Some would, some wouldn't. But as somebody that didn't had success, and usually, when you taste a high level of success, a lot of people move to a more attractive city or out of the country. What made you stay in Detroit?
I think family, my mother, this is where, even though I'm from New York, but this is where the foundation of my family was here. And sometimes I knock myself in the head. I say, why the hell I stay in this cold ass place? Because I don't like cold weather. Because I could be wherever, Arizona, Florida, but somehow I just stayed. And kids being already into school, I think if I was gonna make that move, I need to make it before my kids really started gravitating towards friends and school. So I decided just to stick it out, and I figure when I retire, which hopefully will be in a couple years, as far as traveling as much, then I can make that determination then. Because my daughter, she's 15 now, she'll be 18 in 3 years, and I done my fatherly duty as far as getting them all my kids to 18 to be an adult. And then they can come see me, I can see them, but I will probably eventually move somewhere warm. But I just decided to stick it out, stick it around.
please make it close to water. So when I come to visit you,
Well, I love
I can
water.
fish. I can
love
fish.
water. I
can
love fish. I'm gonna fish more.
Because I can promise you, if I have anything to say about it,
I didn't realize.
when you decide to move,
Oh,
I would still stay in contact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
okay, yeah.
And if I get an opportunity to come and visit, I'm coming to visit.
Right.
with my fishing pole.
There you go.
With my
I
fishing
love
pole.
fishing.
Because
I
because
just
you
don't get a
love
chance
fish.
to fish like I used to.
Yes, sir.
But I do love it.
Yeah. And but I gotta stay here because your mom was still being nice. Still gotta give her green tomatoes.
There you go.
I gotta still give her green tomatoes.
She want them green tomatoes.
Right. So I'll be here taking care of her
All
while
right.
while you taking care of the place that I'm gonna come
I
and
don't
visit.
know. I might bring her with me if I can get her out of here.
I know you should.
Do you know my mother's never went? She never went to Europe. She never came to see me perform Europe. She seen me perform in Detroit, but never Europe.
Never in
She
Europe?
would not fly to Europe.
I don't blame your mom.
I took my father now for 30 days. He toured with me, and I became the closest to my father. I knew my father then more than I knew him.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
Kid up to my 18 years. So we had an amazing time. It was a lot of tears and hugs and just some real
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
and he passed
Your
like
mom
5 years after.
Your
me,
mom
so.
afraid of flying or something?
Well, she doesn't want to fly long distance. She'll fly to
Okay.
Vegas. She'll fly, stuff like that. She ain't went to
I
Europe.
don't blame your mama.
I can't get her to go.
Yo.
I tell you, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna trick her.
Mama, I'm on your
I'm
side.
gonna trick her.
I'm on your
I'm gonna
side.
tell her we going to Chicago.
Y'all end up in Italy and she beat the hell out of you in Italy.
It's too late then.
No. But the
And
bottom
then we're
line is
gonna get her back.
Yeah, because she has to get on that plane to come back.
Oh yeah.
That's when you're gonna get your beating.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's gonna be the real
It's all
problem.
right. It won't hurt.
Unless your mom die on the flight.
Yeah, well, it's
Your fault.
Yeah.
Won't you let your mom just do what she does?
I'm gonna convince her though.
No, you won't. Don't leave that.
Here's my philosophy. I've been educated more than the school system, traveling the world, eating different cultures, seeing different cities, seeing history, seeing like, oh, that's why the hell we over here now.
Right.
Because we didn't like some of that shit.
Right.
And we separated, and now that's why America's different than England, even though they allies and all that. But you see, there's always some complication.
Have you ever heard you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Yeah,
Let your mom alone. Just leave her be. Leave her be. She ain't trying to get over to be educated by nothing.
She ain't. She'll say, I'm too old for that. I don't need to know that.
And you just said to yourself, your daughter's 15.
Yeah.
Get her to 18.
Yeah.
You have done your job as a father. Get them to 18, become an adult.
Yeah.
Didn't your mom do the same?
Yes, she did.
Your mom did the same.
She sure did.
So guess what?
What?
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Well, I ain't had
And
no
not
luck.
only did she do it, you're successful, bro.
Mhm.
You're successful.
Yeah.
You're what Black men in America are aspiring to be. A successful Black man. What do we call that? A BMW. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds expensive.
And
you know what it really means? It means a Black man working.
Yeah, and still looking like and acting like a regular person, like a regular human being.
Yes.
Humble as hell. Like so.
I can tell you
Great
this.
example.
I have been blessed in my career by meeting some real popular people, and I think I gravitate to the ones who act like this. Who no matter how popular they are, they just humble. They treat you like Tommy Hearn. I've never been when I first met him, I was like,
Right.
never once did he came out like
Yeah, because they treat you and act like
met him.
actual
Never
human.
once did he come out like his chest pumped up. James, those guys from Big Time Rush, never once did they come out like, hey, this is who we are, you. No. I mean, probably because I wouldn't have put up with it. Okay. Tommy, I might have put up with it because he could do some damage to me. Everybody else, I think I could handle myself against them. But Tommy, I might would have humbled myself for him. Like, I like, oh, okay, buddy. Okay. But yeah, I've been blessed to meet some pretty talented people and who treat people like they want to be treated. And Kev, you have not disappointed, my man.
Right.
You have treated us like you want to be treated, I think. And we're not just talking to a person who is a DJ. We're talking to the legendary Kevin Saunderson.
That's right. The elevator.
The
himself.
elevator,
Mhm.
the creator. Just the point of keeping the old school music, you might as well say, because it started in the 80s,
Mhm.
keeping it current today. And I think this is one of our better moments online with Kevin. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Mhm.
Glad I was in town so I could do this.
But before you get off the air,
Okay.
I must say I'm getting all into this right now. Idris Elba,
Yes,
you happen to be a friend of this man.
that's right.
My sister-in-law happens to be in love with you.
And many, many others.
Like many, I was gonna say.
Hey,
that.
shut up about the
I was gonna
others.
say.
Shut up about the others. I'm just doing this to embarrass my baby brother. Idris, my man, I don't know about these two. But look at you from The Wire. That's where I first was introduced to Idris.
Me too.
To know that you actually boxed. Hello. I can teach you a little bit about that, son. But knowing that you box and you're DJ, you love music, man, I don't know what we would take for when you're in Detroit, you come to this gym and just talk to us, just say something, but we'd love it. We would absolutely love it.
Definitely.
A strong black man in America coming to Canton, Michigan. We would love to have it. And no pressure at all, because I'm sure 3 guys like us couldn't pressure you. But I'm going to try for Kevin to pressure you.
I got a lot of pressure on me.
We got a few tools, we got a few
You
tools.
ain't the only one.
We got a few things.
So I will be there when you're there just to get a picture to send to my sister-in-law. And have
and hopefully we get him here too.
oh,
I'll throw that out there,
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be a blessing.
I love that. Would
So,
be a blessing.
Greg said that already.
Right
He just
now-
said-
I know. I'm just reassuring here.
Right now, this is my friend, and I'm using him. I am using him just to get to you, Idris.
He's straight up. You tell it like it is.
I am using him to get to you, my
We
man.
don't go around. Just
All
our
right.
opinion. We don't go around here.
Hey,
Yeah, many people think Idris is. Of course, he's a great actor, great human being. When I met him, very down to earth.
I just want to catch his punches. I just want to catch some punches for him. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
even know
all
if
I
he's
wanna
still
do.
box no more.
You don't have. Hey, that's like riding a bicycle, bro.
But
Once you learn how to jab, once you learn how to throw a right hand,
Yeah.
throw a hook, and if he's not,
Right.
I can teach. You know me. In
Mhm.
2 days, I can make this man. Yeah.
Let's hope he comes in earlier now. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might come in. Sometime when you do shows, he could do a show on a
Trust me.
Friday, get here on this, or he could do a show on a Friday, get here on a Saturday, or he might not even get into the Sunday. And the day of our show is on the Sunday. At the
And you know, crazy. I looked at him. There's a guy training him, or used to train him,
Right.
with boxing. And guess what his name was? Greg Wright.
What?
Greg Wright.
Come on, man.
Lie to you not.
There's too many Greg Wrights. You tell me about another Greg Wright, North Carolina, once that had your name, that they thought you did something wrong. That's another Greg Wright.
Greg
too?
Wright. Hey,
My goodness.
ask him about it. Does you know a guy named Greg Wright? Because in some of his portfolios and stuff that is
Right.
up, a guy who trains him, and I thought it was boxing.
Right.
His name's Greg Wright.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Another Greg Wright.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't know what color that Greg Wright was, but this one's black. And you do something for the hood. hey, man, this has been great, man. Like I said, we don't get this chance very often to sit down with a legendary guy in music, who has worked with some of the best. And with God on his side, he'll continue to work with some of the best.
Right.
And hopefully this is not the last time he'll be on with us. Hopefully we can bring him back again.
Sure.
Sounds good. That sounds good to me. I'll
Appreciate it.
definitely have you again over here, man. No, like Greg said, we appreciate your time.
No problem.
We gotta cut it off now, but anything you want to say to those people that are just starting in this business?
Follow your dreams. Work hard at it. Don't just speak about it. You got to work at it. It's not going to come easy. You're going to need some blessings too. You better believe. That's it.
There you go. Well, there you have it, guys. Kevin, the Elevator Saunderson.
James Maslow, you're next. Just want you to know that. You're next, buddy.
Well,
I'm going to get you on the podcast with us. James Maslow is from Big Time Rush. You will be here, punk.
Well, with
We
that
love
being
you,
said,
man.
guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe, and hey, just our opinion. See you in the next one.
And you should start paying.